Overbooked and Underqualified. I'm Sam.
I'm Liv.
And this is our third week of Alchemised.
Yes, third week.
Yeah, chapters 44 through 52.
Yes.
My.
I had a panicky moment because I realized that short little at the chapter 52 is super short, and I didn't read it, so I quick had to read it before we came out here.
Panicking that you didn't finish the homework assignment.
Okay, so you said you listened to this, most
Yes,
of them. Tell me about that.
I listened to a lot of these, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It was so cool, and, I feel like these were really emotional chapters.
Yeah.
So, hearing it felt almost like, when I hear or read, I see movies in my brain. So, yeah, I really, really liked it.
Okay. I haven't listened to it since that first couple of chapters, but now that I feel like I know what's going on.
Yeah, I agree. It'll
be
so
a
different.
little easier to follow
You're
along.
not, going back, 8 times.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, I do want to deviate a little bit. Okay. I'm listening to Kiss of Iron. A Kiss of Iron.
Yes, I've heard of this one.
It's a long book. And it's not what I was expecting. So I'm partway through that, and they have a British accent, and I love that. Except now I find myself talking in a British accent.
It's like when kids watch Peppa Pig.
Yes.
And they start.
Yes. So it's good though so far. So next week I'll probably be finished with it. So I'll come back with an update.
I'm very curious to see because I downloaded that one on my Kindle and then never read it.
Oh, well, at least it's ready to rip. As always, check the trigger warnings.
Yes.
We talked about that in the last few episodes. So just reminder on that.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, we're getting there on this book.
I'm not ready for it to be done.
Okay, and you know how we're getting timestamps?
Yes.
You know me and my timestamps.
She's very cognizant of time.
I'm tweaking out because it's oh my gosh, 14 months. We're coming up on the 14 months. What the hell? How is this going to get wrapped up?
I'm
So let's jump in. So chapter 44. You started off. I'll get back to my page numbers. I got all these fancy little tabbers now.
Yeah, so in this chapter, my first note, I'm kind of trying to remember. It's been a week since I've read this. So talking about Cain healing slower. And I was very curious. I'm not sure how he's being hurt to continuously be healing slower. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, and when this whole chapter opens up, there's so much tension with them.
Yes. I know.
Things are happening here. Yeah, and then he's got this stab wound.
Yes, and I was I have a note her resonance not being able to find the wound.
Yeah.
I was what is happening?
Yeah, so he just plops over one day, and
what's fucking new for him?
Yeah,
he always does it. He's so dramatic.
Yeah, I know. I love it. I'm here for it. Yeah, and then he's got that what they call nullium shrapnel, and she basically has to do manual surgery.
And it kind of gets brought up that she just hasn't really had to do a whole lot of the manual surgery before, so it's very and this is where she breaks down her alchemy knives that he got her.
Yeah,
to use them.
Yes.
And I she just got these.
I know, and I liked how she saved half of the shrapnel pieces for herself to bring back and do some testing.
Also, how smart of it
to
put in two different vials to be if he asks for it, I can still give it back. She's
just
so good.
Sneaky smart. And then, I don't know. I can't believe in this scene, with the nullium and stuff, I just can't believe that the, high necromancer or whatever, Morrow, is getting this much material to just, test.
Yeah. And I think it has a lot to do with Bennett, too. I would love just one chapter, and it doesn't need to be specific, in his perspective.
Because
we're
just
to understand.
Yeah, we're just
the
in
going
confusion
crazy.
land.
These kind of experiments that he's doing. And like you said, where the hell are they getting all of this material?
Yes, how are they? This is supposedly
we talked about this in the last book, the last episode, that he's connected to the Empire and Hevgos now.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting scared.
I'm also getting scared because
And
what is the entire world against them?
And I feel like the resistance is just like, we're winning.
Fun.
I'm like, you guys, look around.
Are you really? Are you really
they
winning?
supposedly have all these like spies, so it's
know.
just it's
And
confusing.
That also brings up the question of, okay, if you have all of these spies, why are you acting like everything else Helena does isn't important except for being a spy now?
Oh, I know.
Oh.
And so then we get like all these confusing moments of like caring for her.
Yes.
And like whatever, he's wakes up and
Well, I've got a couple other things before that. So when she's
Okay.
like digging out the knife, she's talking about how it keeps breaking inside of him too. Like this metal is so like, it makes me think that obviously it was built to combust when it like hits you, which is scary. Then also her having to continuously make the same incision because his body's healing around.
I know that actually grossed me out too, like the scar tissue or whatever. It's like healing and oh yeah,
Yeah,
gross.
and then he wakes up and he says the most devastating line of, "They don't let me die."
Oh, I know. He's just tortured soul, people.
I just want to like cradle him.
And I think that this is why I can excuse all his
His
like
shitty
horrible behavior because I do like it's obvious that there's more. He's not just being an asshole to be an ass.
I
Like
agree. I'm like, this is a book. If this was real life, I'd be like, "Sister, run! It's a book.
yeah, I know.
I can enjoy this. I can indulge."
Yeah. So he wakes up, or do you have more before that still?
No. Yep. He wakes up.
And whatever, he gets pissed every vulnerable moment.
Oh my!
And
Every
whatever
single
else.
time. Every single time, I'm like,
And they're still, yeah, like you said, experimenting on him. There's all this stuff going on. And then he kind of makes like another comment about how like the resistance has her in the web.
yeah. Like,
And he,
just being an asshole again.
yeah, they kind of fight about it and whatever. And he literally like calls her out though, because he's like, I hear Iva Holdfast was particularly talented in that kind of thing, like creating a web and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like he's not wrong.
No,
in
he's
these
not.
situations, but she's still kind of defending them.
And then, like, she says, "I knew from the moment I became a healer, I would be expendable." I don't get that. Why does that make her expendable?
Because I'm assuming that it doesn't make sense to me either, but I'm assuming that it's like because the resistance thinks that what she's doing is like terrible, so they're like okay with just discarding her. Maybe
Okay.
it's
'cause I
dumb.
just, like,
It's so dumb.
Because she was surprised when they got like 5 replacements for her. So I was just more of like, does that make you expendable? I didn't get that at all. And then they're kind of talking about the wars and how they're always about power.
Yes.
And this just sheds like a whole another light on the holdfasts for me. And I feel like Luke is being like very manipulated. I think Luke has good intentions, but nobody else on his council does. What do you think?
I think Luke's an idiot sometimes. Like,
Well, I
in the
agree.
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I think that also though it's like how like you can still
Like
you're just sort of like turning this blind eye.
I agree.
Though, you know what I don't know, but I agree. I also agree.
I just feel like they're abusing their power
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
They leave him out of things on purpose when they don't want to hear his answer. And I don't know, just not impressed. But this is the monologue between you and I. This entire book is no side is good, which is so weird. I've never read a book where I felt
Which
like
makes
this.
for a very interesting conversation.
It
too.
really does.
And then we were talking about where were we? 520s. Oh yeah. So we learned that the scary Blackthorn guy
Yes.
tried to like fight back on
Yes.
Morrow once they basically were like we found out that they were like these Undying were kind of tricked into what they were doing.
Oh God, I have a lot before that. that he was being that he was a sympathizer prior to this, because
Yeah.
she was like trying to fish out the sympathizers.
Yeah, and
But-
then Blackthorn objected or whatever, and then he basically turned him into this, like, the Blackthorn that we were first introduced to.
Yes, and a little bit before that, I feel like this was the first time that Helena, so when Farron was trying to like open her eyes to the holdfast about doing the bare minimum for her and her family, when they're talking about how her dad couldn't get work, he was living in like the slums.
Yes. No, all of his points were fair.
So valid. And obviously we didn't know where her dad was prior to this, but what do you mean?
Yeah. No, I know.
And they wanted to keep her so bogged down with this that she didn't notice that they were basically like extorting her for her power and being like, oh, we bring foreigners in and this is good.
No, I know. That's why I like he's an asshole about it, but he's very like spot on with what he says.
Yeah.
And that also makes me feel like the resistance is so far behind. Like if it's that obvious to Farron, you know what I mean? That they have all these internal issues.
Well, and like the guilds honestly have a point that the holdfast just kind of like set themselves up to be kings and left it at that. Which, again, it's so weird to be agreeing with who is supposedly the bad guys.
I know. Yeah. And then on 528, she was talking about how, like, which I thought was really sad. She's always like, were always defined by the lowliest thing they could be called, and whatever. So she's talking about like, it didn't matter, like, she's a healer, an alchemist, any of those things. Like, once she has like sex, she's basically like out.
I wrote that too. And what would Luke say if he knew you let his father's killer buy you like a whore? Oh, this made me waver for a while. I was pissed. And then after he says this horrible thing to her wishing that she died with her dad. And that she could just be like a martyr. Her life. Is your wine not good?
No, I just swallowed, like, I had an ice cube in it, and it got really small. Yeah, I felt like I swallowed a smooth rock. But we're good now. Sorry. Yeah, and after that too, like after that whole thing, kind of like how they treated her and him, going back to what you said, her standards are just so low for how people treat her.
She just wants she's so attention starved and touch starved that anybody paying attention to her, whether it is good or bad, is something that like she's craving.
But even with like her family stuff and all of that, it's like she'll just take whatever they're gonna give her and like be happy because of the face gave it to her or whatever.
Fuck the face.
The soul. Yeah, whatever.
Golly. Then she leaves and she starts this part was really cute. And I felt really upset about thinking it was so cute. Do you have anything before? I feel like you know what I'm talking about.
Just go.
Okay.
Oh, I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, do you have anything before that?
When she comes back or whatever to him, and then he realizes that she lost her alchemy knife, for him. Then it starts to, like, kind of click for him that he's, like, she actually cares about him.
Yeah, she isn't just following orders and being commanded to do these things. Like, this is a real relationship for her, even if it's not for him.
Yeah, and then her solstice gift was a little, like, medical thing.
Yes, and then she's, like, teaching him how to heal.
Yes.
But then she talks about eyes and how hard eyes are to work on, and that he should probably just come get her. Oh, there's so many interconnecting little teeny webs in this book, and it's so good.
I love, like, again, another check mark, because when he said, like, I know you know how to do it.
Yeah.
Like, in the first part.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, and that was on 532 when she's like, eyes are awful, and, like, goes into this whole thing.
Yes.
Oh!
And then she's like explaining all of these healing tactics, and she goes, okay, well, like, that's kind of the basics. I know, like, it's not much. And he goes, you've been talking for an hour.
Over an hour. And she checks, and she's like, oh my gosh, I have. Like, no big deal. And he's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and she's like, there's still more to cover.
was just really cute.
It
He's very
was.
sarcastic and kind of like he just sat there and let
I
her
was
talk.
gonna say, he also let her sit and talk about healing for an hour, and we know he doesn't give a shit. He regenerates everything. Bone sprung out of his arm.
Yeah, but I think he was like truly listening to with like what happens later.
Oh, I agree. And then this is kind of where we learn that Moro doesn't have eyes, and he uses his resonancy to see.
Or is it like octopus or something? Like something with like tentacles
I
to
was
like
gonna
slither
say
out.
bats. You know how like they use like echo whatever.
Or what are those narwhal things? Or what's the whale thing with the head? The big white head?
Are they They're not belugas.
Maybe they are. Maybe they are. You know what I'm talking about? Have you
there's
seen
one in
Finding
the, I was
Dory
just
too?
gonna say.
Yeah, that thing. Anyway.
Yes. And anyways.
Deviating. And then he gives her a gift too. He gives her special daggers. And
it's so cute.
And it makes it even sweeter because, again, all these people that are supposed to be on her side and are there for her and look out for her just gave her a standard issue and said, you'll get used to it.
Yep.
And like,
And
so
these are
she was just
sized
so,
for her and her alloys.
like, she's just so touched by it. I don't know. It was just.
And like, think about this. She's 20, 21 in this point. Her entire life, nobody's ever cared about her to get like such a personalized gift. Granted, I don't know how her and her dad's relationship was because we didn't get a whole lot of that.
That's true.
But I assume that they grew up pretty poor. She grew up pretty poor, was what I got.
Mm-hmm.
And her mom died. So like, you're 20 years old and this is the first time like a gift has ever like.
I know.
I'm gonna cry.
And as we wrap up this chapter, I thought it was so funny when he says again, he's like, well, this has been delightful. I can't even remember how many times I wish someone would lecture me on the systems of the human body. It's so
and he's
good.
Just like, oh.
I loved it.
It's so
Then we
good.
jump to chapter 45. And okay, I have a question here because it's like, she said Crowther's like still gone from headquarters. I'm like, where is he? Like, why? So she has to meet with Iva or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is he like absent for so long?
Weren't they talking about like an outpost being set up, or am I mixing chapters?
I don't remember, but I don't know. I just thought that was weird.
I also thought that that was weird that he was just like gone for multiple weeks, and of course Iva, oh fucking bitch.
She's the worst.
I want to like throw down, fist fight with my rings on with her.
Really? I'm feeling that way towards Elaine.
Oh, fuck
which
that
is
bitch.
way more irrational because she hasn't actually really done anything, but she just bugs me.
Hand.
She bugs me so much.
I don't like
And
her.
she's not even that relevant. But every time her name gets brought up, I'm like, no.
She's such a pick-me.
I know. She just sucks.
I'm tired, and I didn't sign up to go collect supplies in the forest. Ugh!
And
Eat a
tattles.
dick.
Anybody who tattles, I'm done.
And you know she said it like that too, all whiny.
She's just. I have more on her later. So, anyways, 536.
Yep.
They're doing nullium testing with Shishio,
Shishy.
and they're targeting their hands,
Yes.
which relates again to part one with the whole drill. So they obviously figure it out. So Shishio bringing this information back to Moro then?
I don't know.
Or I'm really curious how that's
yes.
connecting because obviously.
There's a connection there. Again, I still am thinking that he escaped as a refugee and that maybe he's connected to the line and he couldn't be killed when he got taken over. And now, because you know how he was like all sweaty and nervous when he was working on her?
No, that was the other guy.
Shit, was it?
Yeah. That was like the fat doctor. I don't think he was actually fat, but I pictured him. Anyone who's like, I don't know.
Stop.
That's just how I pictured him because he's kind of like a weenie.
I don't know then. I'm very curious to see where Shishi sits.
Remember he like came in and he's like, yeah, I don't even recognize her. And then
just-
they were talking about killing her and he spoke up and was like, yeah, the only thing I can see is like that's an old set of manacles.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, what the hell?
Do
Whose
we
side
think
are
that
you
he put
on?
her in the tank and put the old set of manacles on her so she could stay alive?
I don't know because I don't feel like he's on the bad side, but it would make sense with this page where that's connecting.
'Cause he's like learning.
Does that
but
make
why
sense?
wouldn't he just be on the other side then? You know, like, do they
Because
really?
he's like spying. I
do you
don't
think
know.
they need spies in the Resistance?
I think so.
Okay, I guess we'll learn.
I feel like it would be smart. I mean, think of how paranoid they were in part 1 about the Resistance.
Yeah,
You know? But yeah, I don't know. It's just weird.
I gotcha. My first thing is just kind of an inside thought that I already expressed, that I feel like the weapons are meant to explode. Like once they impact, so it's harder to pull out all the pieces and still nullifying their magic.
Yeah, and then we have Dumb Iva again. And she's scolding her for her feelings for Kane. Which is so crappy.
You're not getting attached, are you?
Yeah. And so she tells her that Kane's climbing rank and says that Kane's like, or basically implies that Kane's Moro's new weapon. Which again, just spit it out. Like, all this.
Why are we doing this? Like, because even if she knows, even if you're like softly implying it, Helena's still gonna know. Because they're like notorious for being like, your poker face is horrible.
I know. They're horrible. And this is where shit hits the fan, kinda. And she learns that a lot of things, basically everything, is a lie.
Yeah.
About, like, from what I understood, the faith, and they, like, knew he was gonna get caught. Kane was gonna get caught and tortured and, like, sacrificed, and didn't tell her any of this because she wears her emotions. And she basically says, like, I feel like I was manipulated like a puppet.
100%. And then, after getting slapped with all of this, she asks about the locket. And Helena, like, kind of like, oh, fuck. Just for us to find out that it is the Stone of the Heavens. And that this wasn't even something that was given to, what's his name? Orion?
Orion? I think it was Orion.
Okay.
Orion?
Wasn't even something that was given to him. The necromancer had it.
From the First War.
Yep, and he just basically took it, and I thought that it was really interesting when she said that it does not serve the holdfast.
Which is very telling, again, for our conversation. Like, why not? So then it responded to her.
Yeah, so that means it belongs to people who do vivimancy and necromancy. Like, that makes sense. And I feel like Iva's first intentions were good. She's like, I thought maybe it would help you, like, hold on a little bit longer with the toll. Which, like, I see that, and I don't like her.
And she was referencing, like, I feel like in the first few chapters of part 2, she was saying when she took it off, she was more tired and stuff, right? I feel like I remember that. Like, she took it off, and then all of a sudden she was starting to get... No, in part 2.
Oh, okay.
Like, the first part of part 2.
I got you. I don't really remember that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Anyway, continue.
And just for us, and then, like, Iva gets pissed, but also, like, if you give somebody a tool and don't explain it to the fullest extent, and they use it in a way you don't like, you don't get to be mad.
I loved when she said, like, straight up, like, if you didn't want him healed, then why didn't you tell me?
Yep.
Like, you're trying to pull all these strings, and then you're mad when it didn't go your way. Like, I don't know what I don't know.
And also, Crowther knew that she was healing him. Knew. That, like, fully fucking knew that she was doing this. So why is she getting in trouble for it now?
She's getting in trouble for, like, everything. And she's, like, Iva's starting to get, like, a scary way about her. And just, like with her cane hobbling around the room. And just being just horrible to her. Horrible. And I was happy that Helena got, like, pissed here. And like, a lot of times she just shuts down and then internalizes it. So I was happy that she was like, no, you guys are wrong. Yeah.
And she was not. And then she was also getting pissed for Luke. Because she's like, Luke thinks that he needs a miracle to win this war. And you guys are lying to him.
Yes.
Like, this stuff is not miracle based. He's not doing everything right. And the gods aren't just blessing him. This is not how it works. And and then Iva gets all defensive. Apollo was supposed to do that before he died.
Well, it's like, okay, well then you're in charge now.
You're now the next closest thing to Apollo.
Or let's just be honest and get it all out in the open.
And no wonder they fucking lost. Like, no wonder. You're keeping all these huge secrets from the person who's running this war. How is he supposed to win without having all of this knowledge?
And I think it's harder, too, for Helena when she sees how much Luke holds himself to that standard of, like, well, I have to be like my 4 whatever.
My 4
fathers. Yeah, like, and struggling with that constantly. And now she has to sit with another secret because she knows that nobody's gonna fucking believe her. And Iva and Crowther know that nobody's gonna believe her.
Yeah, which is
sucks.
so fucked up.
Yes.
Because she's being isolated on every side. These people were so important to her before the war, and now she's just getting fucked.
Yeah.
Like, her only home base, which granted, it doesn't feel like a very good home base. She has to keep all of these dirty secrets from them. They literally wrote down, how the fuck is Helena using the amulet on Farron her fault? How is that her fault? You didn't know. Her thought going into this was that Farron was a bigger asset than she was. So why wouldn't she do everything?
I know.
Oh, I was so pissed.
Yeah, and then when she was saying on 541, she's saying it's all a lie, and Iva like was pissed and whirled on her and was like, "What else could he do?" And she stood up and was like, "Tell the truth."
Yeah.
Like literally, it's not that hard.
No.
And
everybody's an adult in this situation too now. Like, Luke isn't 16 anymore.
yeah. This was horrible for me. I was getting so pissed. And I honestly still think that she should have just tried to tell Luke. Like,
Helena should have.
I get where she's coming from, and like, I know that Luke wouldn't have believed her, so I get why she didn't, but I'm like, I just feel like she needs to get some of this like off her chest.
Yeah. So then later down the line when shit starts to go awry, like, he knows that she was telling the truth, but also, I can't imagine what it feels like to really only have what you feel like is one friend and feeling like you're gonna lose them, especially when every time you say something, he's rude to you, telling you that this isn't your war. Like, I just, And then, at the end of this chapter, do you have anything before the end of this chapter?
I don't know. I had a quote when she was saying, I don't remember the end of it, but when she was like, you don't get to lie to me and then be basically mad about the consequences. Yeah. Like, it's not fair.
No.
Oh, you don't get to lie to me and then get angry when I make the mistake of believing you.
Yeah, like...
So I was, like, so happy that she's, like, sticking up for herself and making some points. And then she ends, and, like, Iva's wanting her to kill Cain.
Yeah.
For, like,
1 month to make him loyal.
And she figures out for, like, her own personal revenge on top of it. Like...
Yeah, for Apollo. And my other thing, too, is, like, you are a horrible human being if you think that Farron, as a 16-year-old, orchestrated this himself. Obviously, we don't have the backstory yet, but
you're an adult.
You're an adult, and this child at 16 did something horrific. You don't think that there was anything else behind it? Like, it makes me think, I know you haven't seen it, but I wouldn't be surprised if our listeners have. Draco Malfoy from Harry Potter. He gets, like, manipulated his entire life on the bad side, and people, like, hate him for it. And I'm like, he's a baby. He doesn't know. He's doing what his dad told him to do. Oh, it just...
And you guys are supposed to be, like, good. Like, what is this faith doing that's, like, good? You know what I mean? Like, what?
Being racist?
What is, like...
Nothing. They're doing nothing. The guilds talk about how they feel like they have to, like... wholly prove themselves over and over and over again to get, like, nothing.
Like, I'm not seeing where...
They're not doing charity work.
They're not, like, good people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think the faith is doing shit.
And then she kind of has to basically choose between Luke and Farron. And she has, again, 1 month. And then she says, I want him crawling on his knees, willing to do anything.
I'm just thinking about...
Yep. Was it related to what I talked about last time?
What part?
The next chapter? We'll get to it.
I guarantee it is. Like, that's what it makes me think of.
Yes!
Oh!
Okay.
Okay, my first note is Pronell at the front desk. We're getting more of her.
Yes, she's scary kind of when she just keeps popping out of fucking nowhere.
She is.
Also, it's Decemberus, so FYI.
And then we find out that Soren is technically older than Lila, and this is like a big deal, and he takes it very like personally, and like he's responsible for her, which now thinking about that, fuck me sideways.
Yeah. So she goes to the Solace party.
Yes.
Are we there? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really like related to this chapter, and I liked the way that it was written when she was like, "Why is everybody so happy?"
Yeah, like she was confused. She thought that something was going on and she missed something.
They're like all celebrating, pretending like everything's fine, and just like her feelings were so valid.
Yeah.
And like I can't like even imagine like they just painted the picture so well about her walking in, and then just all she was thinking about was like Cain did this, and like nobody knows, and everyone's just like got their heads up their butts.
I was like thinking about walking into a room that's obviously really loud and everybody's cheerful, and you know when it's like all the sounds are muffled and your ears are just ringing. So you're like, this is so fucked up.
Really, like anybody, you know, like if you've just had a bad day or whatever, and then you have to go to a party and kind of like fake having like, because you're just not there.
And then being like, oh Helena, like no, they don't say this. They're like, oh Helena, you stupid bitch. Of course we're all excited. And she's like,
that's their attitude.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh. So then, Penny.
I wrote Penny.
I've been waiting for her.
Where you been at, bitch?
I was sorely disappointed in their conversation.
All these people that we've seen in the first half of the book that we thought were going to be so important and such big characters, no, they've all sucked. This also makes me hate the Resistance more.
Yeah. Anyways, so she makes a she has this convo in appearance, and she's just being like very condescending, like, you have to believe in the faith, and like, I heard about your episode.
Also, episode.
You're being crazy pants, and all of this stuff, and like Helena's literally like, why is everybody so happy? And she's like, we're happy because the war's almost over. And Helena's like, what are you talking about? And I just felt it to my bones when she was saying, like, she just wanted to, like, scream in her head. She was just, like, screaming because everyone's just, like, la-di-da. And she knows now that, like, the faith isn't fucking real.
Yeah. Yep. And, like, I also just, like, thought that this was really telling about when she took her first sip of her drink and it wasn't stale. And I'm like, okay, so we're, like, hardcore celebrating, pulling out the good liquor. And, like, the war is not over. I understand that it's a holiday and you have to find joy in, like, war times. But everybody of importance is at this party. The war is not over and everybody's getting drunk. One raid.
Which is, like, fine to get together for, like, the solstice, whatever. But, like, the fact that they're just also, like, clueless or ignorant or both. And the other thing that really pissed me off about this, too, is I'm like, again, why are we hiding, like, this faith? Like if you really want to win this war, like, you have to bulk Luke up and, like, give him this information. Like, talk to each other. This passive-aggressive from the fucking first chapter in this part 2, like, drives me insane. Because it's not helping anybody.
No.
So they all, like, probably truly do think, like, oh, we're doing so well.
Yeah.
When they're not. Like, why are we not talking about this?
I know. And then Helena telling Luke that they aren't friends anymore. This, like, made me feel really sad. Because this friendship's so important to Helena, and I do think that it's important to Luke. I just think that he's just so... He's not in touch with reality. And her basically being like, I'm not the same person that I was before this war started. And then her saying, I died 6 years ago in the field hospital. Which is also, like, so sad. She's been fighting here for 6 years. Luke tells her that this isn't her war anymore. And she died with her dad.
Yeah, I know. And I I don't know. I feel like we got more insight on this chapter a little bit too. In like 553, like this, I was kind of against Luke, and then it brought me back a little bit here when he was saying like, she was saying that he was kind of the only one that like would sit with her in the library and like not be ashamed to like talk to her and make her feel included and all of these things. So like I truly feel like when he was saying like it's not your war, it wasn't like a racist thing.
I don't think
but
that
I think
it was...
that it was more of like I do feel like I understood more about like their backstory and like why she cares for him so much.
I 100% know why she cares about him. I just am frustrated because I feel like nobody sees her or tries to see her.
No, I don't think he's a good like
friend.
Maybe at one point.
He was a good friend when they were in school, but now that they're adults, he's not.
And that's why I'm saying, like, this little backstory, I was like, okay, now I get it, because I haven't seen that up until now.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of hard for me to, like, side with him, because he's kind of sucky. And
and then she leaves the party, and she's, like, devastated, and her first thing is going to Farron. Which I also just feels like sticks out to be like, how sad is it that the first person she's going to is, like, don't get me wrong, I get giddy with Farron, but, like, looking at this from Helena's perspective, when she's sad, the first person she thinks to go to is the guy that talks horribly to her and says horrible shit about her and about what she believes in and her abilities to do things. Like, she feels sad, and that's who she turns to.
Yeah. I know, I think she, like, can see through that, though, and, like, see that he's the one, but the only one kind of real with her.
Which, that's true, too. All she's getting here is lies.
But, yeah,
so
I
at
get
least she's going to get the truth over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
And when she was saying, I was appreciating, like, how upfront she was with Luke when he's like, what's wrong, what's wrong? And she's like, everyone's, like, seems so happy, and it makes me afraid. Because I think that she's always... The shoe is always dropping for her.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense.
But again, she has all this insider scoop, essentially, of, like, what's actually going on the other side. And all these people are going to be blindsided. And I also think this party had so much, like, rage for me because I know that they all die. Like, I know that they lose. And they're telling Helena that she's dumb for not knowing. And we know that almost all of them are dead.
Yeah.
At least to our knowledge.
And with the Penny conversation, too, like, it brings me back to when we see her and she goes, you were right. Like, ugh, and they're so condescending and shitty. Like, I can see why she, like, feels like she's going insane.
I know.
And so then when she went to the outpost or whatever to look for Kane, and she said she didn't want it to be somewhere beautiful. Just reminded me of the spring scene in part 1.
I know, when she talks about how it felt like betrayal that the world was moving on and becoming pretty again while she was, like, a shell.
Like, it sucks to, like, circle back around in that.
This book is so deep.
It is.
This book is so deep.
There's so much, yeah, it's so intense. And then, like, she meets Kane at the outpost, and he's, like, frantically showing up.
Yeah, like, what's wrong? We weren't scheduled to meet. You didn't singe me with the ring. Like...
Yeah. And, again, he kind of, like, realizes she's worrying and, like, caring and whatever, and it's, like, he's her safe place.
Yeah. Which again, like, how sad.
Yeah, it sucks that she, like, her home is supposed to be at the Institute, but she can't even be there.
No.
Like... It just sucks. So, yeah, it's not good.
Can you guys tell that, like, we're upset?
It just sucks. I don't know.
Oh.
So then she's like, if I come back, he's like, you can't just show up.
No, because you're going to blow my cover. Which is honestly really fair, considering the outpost is, like, technically necromancers now.
Yeah. But he, like, kind of acknowledges that she's struggling with something, so, I don't know. Then we move on from there.
Yeah.
And we get to chapter 47, and it's January now. Time's flying.
It is.
Solstice is over,
Thank
people.
God.
They're like, and then all of a sudden he wants to, like, Kane wants to just do this, like, real life practice fighting.
Yes.
Like, gives her, like, a ton of practical info. It's just, like, drilling this into her. And he's in this, like, bizarrely good mood.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck?
And we never really got a reason for that.
No, we didn't. And part of me is wondering if it's because he's starting to realize that, like, this is not fake for her.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, her going to him when, like, something's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just starting to realize that, like, this isn't fake.
Mm-hmm.
So he's, like, feeling, like, optimistic about having someone who actually cares about him in his life again.
Mm-hmm.
Is my thought process.
Yeah. I don't know what that was about, but it was very interesting.
It was. It's, like, weird seeing, like, a happy Kane.
Yeah, then they're, like, fighting or whatever, and she's, like, trying to get out from under him, and he's like, just don't squirm.
I know.
And she's, like, so innocent. She's like, oh, now I'm following.
Yeah, she's, don't do that with I'm dying, and she's like, oh, shit.
I know, like, what's happening here? And then, again, she can see right through him, because he, like, had this kind of vulnerable moment, and then she said he was always cruelest when he was vulnerable. Mm-hmm. So, like, it's almost like he just snaps that, like, door back up.
Yeah, it's like he knocks his wall down on accident.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you have next?
Well, I did have, like, him always noticing when she's upset, because he's always like, what's wrong, what's wrong, what's wrong. But then I have them fighting, ...
Squirm comment. And then on 567, she was just saying, like, she kind of just, like, loses it, because he's like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
And she's just like, I'm just tired. Like, I'm tired of being...
Which, like,
I think she's still processing this whole faith thing, and she's just like, it's the same cycle over and over, and I don't know how to get out, and I don't know how to keep going either, which is so, like, it makes so much sense. And then she was just saying, like, the price just keeps getting higher.
Yeah, which is...
Because now people's lives are on the line.
Yeah, like, I'm surprised she didn't snap sooner, honestly. Mm-hmm. And then I just kind of have a note, too, of, like, her realizing that he's just been, like, waiting for a betrayal. Mm-hmm. Which I just thought was really interesting, too, because I think that they're both, like, finally, like, clicking in the sense of, like, okay, well, this is why he's always a fucking dick. Mm-hmm. And her, because, again, how was she supposed to know any of this, or that he knew that he was waiting for this? It's just so messy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then they have their little fight.
Yeah, and then her biting him.
What's with the biting? I don't
know.
She, like, kisses, and then she's, like, enjoying it. It's, like, heat like a wildfire. And he was a wall of ice with fire in his heart, Sam.
And then
it gets negative.
He rips her shirt off.
Yeah, and then she's, like, so basically they, like, start having sex, and she, like, gets, like, ashamed, or, like, she doesn't feel like she even deserves to enjoy it. Like, she feels like it should hurt.
It should hurt. It should be, like, a bad time.
Yeah. And which is so sad.
And then she was kind of talking about, like, he was, like, after they started having sex, she's like, okay, he's mine. Like, I've got him under my thumb. Mm-hmm. Which, like,
she's feeling so guilty.
She's feeling super guilty about it. And then they finish, and he's, like, obviously not happy with himself. And then he, like, looks at her, and obviously she's bleeding. Mm-hmm. And he goes, was it your first time?
It made me so sad.
Then he goes, I would have been gentler.
I know. This whole scene is just horrible.
And her basically being like, no, it's fine.
And when she says, like, he, like, when they were having sex or whatever, and he, like, they're looking into each other, and he's got, like, this blank expression, but she's like, I could tell in his eyes that, like, I was his. And it just, it just broke her heart, and I felt that, too, and
then it makes me think about part 1.
Yes! I know.
Like, no fucking wonder he struggled so hard with this. And, like, can you imagine, like, you and your partner willingly having sex, and then their memory getting wiped, and, like, you're looking at the same person, and you feel the same things for this person, but this person doesn't know who you are. Mm-hmm. Fuck! Mm-hmm. Fuck!
This fuck is insane.
Fuck!
And she's just, like, so desperate to save him, but knows, like, this is like a line that he had no desire to cross. Like,
No, he didn't want to do this.
yeah, because he's been so adamant
Yeah, 'cause
about.
he knew that he'd be fucked. Like, he knew that he would be totally enthralled. So he's been, like, being a butthole and pushing her away. And here we are.
It's horrible.
Then we get more.
So basically, like, the array is, like, is like, kind of going against him.
It's making,
from what I understand.
Because one of the things, I don't remember what it was like, it makes him, in the things that he wants, he never stops going for it.
Yeah.
I'm blanking on what word it was.
Yeah.
And then I do have more on that. I'm still on chapter 47, but...
We find out all the backstory.
Yes, about why he killed Apollo. So, it was like, everything was going well, and then... That's when Cain's dad was caught. And as punishment for his dad being caught and blabbering all of this stuff, Morrow started torturing his mom. And, like, his mom is basically his only safe place. And Morrow's, like, deal was, if you kill Apollo, I'll let her go. But it was the summer. Like, school break had just started.
Yeah. So it was horrible.
And he's watching his mom get tortured all summer and basically being like, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm sorry. I'll do it as soon as I can.
It's horrible.
And then, yeah, he's talking about how Bennett and Morrow always want someone to test on, so that's what they were doing to his mom all summer while he was home.
So sad. And,
Fuck.
and then he was, and then he just kind of gets pissed because he's like, well, now, like, you won.
Yep.
Like, you won now. This is, like, what I am.
Yeah.
And when he was talking about, like, the undying thing, he basically, like, it was a bargain he made.
And then he talks about how he finally killed Apollo and he goes home and he, like, tried to get his mom to run away and she wouldn't leave without him. And then he had to, like, go to this party. And they all wanted to, like, see how fast they recover from wounds, was it? I was like...
He didn't really specify. He just said basically he was the youngest and whatever and got picked the shortest straw.
Yeah, and they, like, fucked him up. And when he got home, his mom, like, freaked out and basically died because she had a heart attack from it, essentially, because he was, like, fucked up.
Well, yeah, because after she'd been, like, tortured that long, like, it just screwed up her body and all this stuff. Yeah, it was horrible.
It's horrible. And then him crying and saying, I can't care for someone again.
It was horrible. He's just crying, like, over and over and over again. And I said, okay, this broke me. And I also, like, simultaneously am, like, really worried and feeling bad, like, that was her first time and how horrible it was.
Everything is bad.
And, like, she's comforting him. I'm like, you also need comforting
Someone
right
needs
now.
to hug you, too.
Like, I was panicking, like, for both sides. And I'm like, how did this turn so... badly so fast. Yeah, so that's all I have on that chapter. But that was a tough one.
That was a really, really hard chapter, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah. Chapter 48, he was just saying, like, basically, he's like, I don't want to be saved. Like, I wanted you to kill me. Like, this was a plan. Like,
essentially, like, you're my undoing, but fuck.
And then when she's kind of explaining, like, apparently it was obvious, but I didn't realize, like, I was supposed to kill you.
Yeah.
So, because he was asking, like, why she even kissed him. It's just horrible. The whole thing.
So they're getting into all this, and then Helena's saying that, like, if you're loyal, like, they'll keep you. And he's like, I don't want it. And then he said, what did they ask for? And she said, Iva said that she wants you to crawl. And he goes, actually crawl? I'll do it.
Yeah. Or was it something else? Yeah, I know.
Just let me know.
And then it kind of pissed me off. Like, Helena, the first time, like, I got upset at her because she said, like, after all this, she basically said, I have to follow orders and I can't choose you. Like, she's still being so loyal to these horrible people. And after everything we just learned about him, I'm like, why? Why not? Like, why? After everything?
I know. And just like him being, I'll do it. And he's basically being like, I'll do it for you.
And I'm like, the marketable comment when he's like, I didn't realize, like, he doesn't want to risk her, like, getting stuck with some other Undying who's going to do God knows what. So he's kind of, like, protecting her. I think the array is probably talking there, but also him.
I'm just like devastated.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Shit.
And then she leaves and goes to the safe house because she's a mess.
And she just needs a minute to be like, to essentially break down everything that she just
And fucking
experienced.
Crowther.
Oh, raise an arm.
Crowther is there. And I just hate him. Like, he's trying to arc in this specific scene a little bit. And I just, like, it just did not... Like, he does apologize to her. Like, he's like, we're kind of the same. Like, you know, I get, like, trying to relate to her and, like, saying, like, I'm sorry. Like, I've been looking for a healer for a year, and actually you aren't replaceable. And I'm like, okay, great for apologizing, but then, like, you're still continuing to suck.
Yeah, like, can we have better actions? If we're gonna apologize, you're supposed to grow, not continue to be the same sucky ass person.
Like, literally, it says
then, like,
he doesn't treat her any differently moving forward. Like, he just goes back to the same old ways. So I'm like, just shut up.
And then Crowther being like, you can give the talismans to Iva. Like, she already killed him. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm.
And then that like also pisses me off because I'm like, are Crowther and Iva not talking?
Yeah, I know.
They are like giving her all of these instructions.
They're passive aggressively
Yes.
being like,
Damn.
did she get the stuff? Wink, wink.
Oh,
and then nothing like comes from it. I don't know. They're so dumb and it's so frustrating.
And then like Crowther looking at all of her bruises and being like, "Are you okay?" No, I'm not fucking
and
okay.
Then, like, it gave me like a really like icky feeling.
I didn't like it because it felt
the
more
dress
like
thing when he's like stood back and she's like, oh, like I felt
icky. Like he was like giving her the up down.
I almost got scared that he was gonna do something to her.
Stop, because that like also that didn't even cross my mind. But
Oh, it did instantly. I was like, oh my god.
That's such a plausible thing in this book. Ugh.
Nothing is off the table, and I was just like, yeah. I'm like, he's trying to whatever.
Also, like, Crowther leaves and then he comes back and he brings her contraception.
And she's like, you idiot, don't you know? Again, are you nobody
Do you
talking?
talk to anybody? Like, I was essentially spayed. Oh.
So then he accompanies her to go talk to Kane.
Yeah, and then when she's leaving the room and Crowther says, beg. Oh.
I'm going to be so real with you.
Oh.
All of the stuff that has happened so far, I don't know why, this was the worst for me. Like, it shouldn't be because she got, like, literally raped and stuff, but, like, this just gave me such a, like...
It's such a power-hungry, dirty... And again... Oh, Farron is still, like, a child!
It makes me... did you feel like it was, like, a essay thing?
No.
I did. I feel like he was like, beg, get on your knees, and that's where I went.
Holy shit, okay, I felt it was more...
They were in there for 30 minutes. Like...
there's a lot... I did...
And she got sent away.
That's not what I thought at all.
Like, I think he walked in there and was like, beg. Not like verbally, like, get on your knees, and yeah. And I got, like, the ickiest feeling ever from it. And the way he came out and, like, didn't say anything, like, didn't debrief her, like, that's where I went. I don't know if I'm curious to see if anyone else thought that's reading this book. But that made me feel like I honestly, like, I had to take a break after this because I was like, ew.
I did not get that at all.
And then when he says good work, Marino or whatever, like...
I thought it was more of a, like, beg, and then the 30 minutes was spent being like, you're going to do exactly this kind of shit, or, like, we're done, you're dying, or we're going to kill Marino. Mm-hmm. Ew!
Do you think he was, like, begging verbally for 30 minutes? Like, no.
I don't think it was begging for 30 minutes. I think it was him being like, I'll do whatever, and him being like, you're going to do this, 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 and this, and if you don't do this, then these are the fucking consequences.
And the other reason why I thought that is because, like, you know how, like, when he first opened the door and he's there, like, yes, he's obviously surprised, but it said, like, a flicker of fear or whatever. And surprise.
And I'm not saying that you're wrong.
And
I hope that you're wrong.
That was like setting it up for me where I'm like, okay, and then when he was the one to be like, okay, like you have to leave kind of thing. Like it just, something more was there. Something more was definitely there.
We're moving on. I can't. Like, I cannot.
I know.
Chapter 49.
Chapter 49. Again, I'm still freaking about a timeline here, because now it's February.
Well, like, these are the 14 months that she forgot.
No, I know. And that's what I'm saying, like, the 14 months is counting down. Like,
Okay.
we're getting to the end of it. Like, how the fuck is this gonna end?
Because what page are we on? Okay, we still have 200 pages, do we not? Because you said it ends at 8, chapter 2 ends at 800?
Part 2?
Part 2, whatever.
Around 800. Yeah, but, like, right here, February, we're already at, like, 12 months.
No, I'm not saying
that
you're like, wrong.
We have 4 months. What's gonna happen in those 4 months?
Obviously a lot.
And guess what? The Resistance is losing.
Oh no. Who's surprised?
Farron was correct, and Helena was correct. Because remember, Farron's like, why are they, like, you guys are gonna lose. Like, he is so confident. Like, you guys are gonna lose. You need to figure out your shit.
Yeah.
I'm giving you stuff on a silver platter, and you're still not
doing anything. So when she goes and visits him the first time, she has his orders for the week, which now feel worse than I thought that they were.
I could be wrong, but I don't think that I am. Anyway, they're reduced meetings, too.
Yeah,
so she only gets to see him once a week.
Talking to her now when they see each other. Mm-hmm. God, fuck you. 'Cause now you're probably right.
It's payback for the hot dog thing. Never be able to eat a hot dog regularly again.
That's better than this.
It is, 100%. And he's pissed. Like, he won't even look at her.
Yeah, and then she says, like, Kane, she's, like, trying to beg him, and he goes, don't use my name. I hate the way it sounds on your tongue. You little twat. Why are we doing this again?
Because he just had to suck Crowther's wiener.
It's not funny.
I'm just saying, like, he's valid, I feel like, at this point. Like, he kind of got effed over, and he's
you made
normally...
this so much worse.
I'm sorry! Anyways,
Lila and Soren are...
yeah, $5.95.
Also, why is Lila almost always dying? She's been on her deathbed 3 times in this book.
Oh my god. And Soren's injured. Elaine is useless, of course. Yeah, she's so dumb. I hate her so much.
Luke is missing.
Yes.
Which is a big deal, obviously. Mm-hmm. And Soren, like, freaking out and was like, I told him to run. Mm-hmm. And Lila has that metal in her. Mm-hmm. And they have to do manual surgery on her again to get that out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she's like, everybody's just freaking out or whatever. She needs matron Pace's help, all that stuff.
Yeah, and then she's talking about how, like, Helena's talking about how they thank the gods when things go right and then are mad at the hospital when they don't.
I had so much to say here.
Like, why are we doing this again?
So mad.
So sick.
Before that, freaking Falcon Mateus bullshit of like, this is why we can't have a female paladin, is because la 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 la, and I told you it would be a mistake and all this stuff, and now looks what happened. And then Iva actually like snaps
Which,
back.
thank God.
So we have him being a literally useless idiot. I'm like, what does that do?
What are you doing here? Why are you here?
What?
Are you just here to be like, women suck? Scatter.
Literally, like, how is that helping anything?
Also, every time he's there, I just picture a talking bird.
Falcon. Oh, yeah. And then again,
like squawking at
when
you.
she, like you said, when she said, she's like, but bad news was always the hospital's fault. Whereas in, like, anything good would be soul's gift. And she's like, how nice it must be to be a god.
God. I don't,
Which is so fair.
It's
like,
so real. It's so real. I'm just done. I'm pissed.
I'm also pissed. Everything's just so dumb.
Then we learn that Soren lost an eye in the fight, which is a big deal. And he's like, when can I fight again? When can I fight again? And she's like, because didn't he break his arm or something too? And she's like, okay, well, you have to get your arm fixed in. Now you can't see out of your eye. And he's like, I'll just tilt my head. Like, it's just really sad.
It's really sad. And then we get, like, his mom, Raya's, at the end. Like, just about how much she's been, like, just suffering.
Well, think about it. She's got a toddler husband, a daughter that's died. Is it the third time that she's almost died? Am I wrong? Because her leg, when she got attacked by the Chimera, and now. And Soren has now lost one of his eyes and is gravely hurt. And, like, she's holding him and she's going, like, my boy.
Yeah, she's like, I have pieces of my family left. It's horrible. And so I really just feel for her because, and then this is, like, also what pisses me off is, like, again, you guys were all just, like, whooping it up. And, like, not talking to each other, not doing this smart, like, you would think that they would see people, like, suffering.
Yeah.
And
be like, it's not over until it's over.
But they have idiots in charge who are just like, we shouldn't have put a woman in there. Like, women
are the causes of evil.
And then Iva, who's just, like, sucking for womankind, also.
You could have used your voice well. And you're not.
Dummy. So, yeah, that's just really sad.
And then...
So, 606 and 607, we meet with Cain again.
Yes.
And we kind of get his perspective of things, and it, like, makes sense. And he's kind of calls her a new set of chafing manacles.
I know. And then him talking, he says, life has been cold for such a long time.
And he's like, now I only have myself to blame. Like, at least I was doing it for my mom last time, and I, like, willingly fell into this.
Yeah, this was 100% my choice. I got to choose who they sent, and here we are.
So that sucks. What did you think of that scene?
It felt horrible. Everything in this book. I just feel like my heart's getting ripped out of my chest. Like, this poor person, like, Farron has been through it. So was Helena. There's not a single character in this book that I don't feel like, outside of obviously the council, that I'm not just like, my heart's not broken for. Like, my heart is broken for Luke. He's not my favorite character, but his dad got his heart ripped out of him, and he got thrown into this war at 16. His council's horrible. Lydia and him were, like, kind of falling in love, and they had to give this all up so she could be his paladin. Soren feels responsible for whatever her stupid name is, and everybody in this book, it's just tragedy. And I just... Shit.
Yeah. Well,
it's
it's wartime, Sam.
It's the Phoebe again with the squirting blood.
Yeah. So then Soren approaches her and he has this mystery plan.
Yes.
And he finds out that it's Penny, Alistair, Sebastian, and Purnell. Who's acting sus as fuck. And she's, like, avoiding eye contact, and she knows all this information.
I know. Did we see Purnell in the first part?
No.
Question.
Wait,
Theory.
Wait, wait. Okay, yeah, go.
You know the Necrothal that we don't think's a Necrothal?
I have been thinking about the
Do you
mystery
think it's
lady.
Purnell? Because she didn't know Purnell before these months. Because we didn't see Purnell in the first part, right?
I don't think it is. I think it's someone older.
Oh, because they did say it was an old lady, did they not?
I mean, it doesn't really matter if, well, she's like a lich, because it's just the talisman can go into any
But
body.
we don't know what it is. We said that we were going back and forth on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Never mind. Scratch it from the record.
No, I think you should
Scratch.
you should keep your predictions. Like, I just don't. I'm not hopping on the ship. You can sail.
Okay, well then there's no point.
Well,
I want you to be a ship hopper. And it's a bandwagon, it's not a ship.
I like a ship better. Anyway, so Purnell knows all this information. How does she know all this information?
Yeah, Crowther uses her?
Yes, and I'm like, why is nobody questioning Crowther? Like,
Yeah, he's
Soren
got some
knows
sketchy biz going on.
Soren knows that she's working, cause Helena like pulls him aside and she's like, dude, like,
Who is this?
Yeah, like, you know, she's kind of, and he's like, yeah, I know she works for Crowther and she
You know
knows all
she's
this info.
weird.
Like, he has all these maps and things. I'm like, why is this information not getting?
I know.
You guys could be, you're losing. Why are you not using this information? And like, the people that are going out into the battle and stuff should know this info.
I agree.
And I have more to say once we get a little farther along on that. But it's so dumb. And so right now, I'm thinking that Purnell is a spy for the other side.
I literally wrote, do we think Purnell is a spy for the other side?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's what they were acting like at this point.
I agree. And then Soren pulling Helena aside and saying, if I die, use my body. Like,
she should have been like, wait a minute, can I get a vid voice memo thing of you saying that?
Put your right hand up.
I need your permission tattooed on my body. Something.
Hold up a newspaper while I record you.
Yeah, I don't know what, I mean, I think
Damn.
that if they can preserve bodies, you'd think they have some sort of voice memo thing at this point. Just saying.
Just a quick thought.
And then when she was saying, Purnell was saying, like, I was wondering who the someone is that investigated prior. She's like, the prison is like, it's being reserved for something on 612. Didn't you think that was so weird? I'm like, reserved for what?
I don't know. She's just sketchy.
So sketchy. And I'm like, who is this someone? Where are you getting this information? Like, what is this?
I'm so dumb. But never mind.
What is this Purnell, like, what is, yeah, I don't know.
And then, so Soren's like, she's like, I have to run and get stuff because she wants to grab the healing kits that she made. And he's like, you have, what was it, 12 minutes?
Mm-hmm. So
she's running around, and then she gives Shishi a letter.
Leto.
And
Little.
Can you take my Weta to Kate?
Slowly walks out of the room.
So dumb. She gives the letter to him. And she tells him where to go and who to drop it with. And then Shishi says, I always knew you were interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think that was a bad idea.
I think that was a horrible idea.
Because he's way too, like...
But the other question I have here now, though, is, okay, he's on the other side. Kane's not in trouble. Do we think he sold him out?
I don't know.
Because now he knows that, like, Kane is involved.
Mm-hmm.
Did she give him Kane's name?
I think so. Well, she just said, here, go to the outpost.
Okay.
So I don't know. But then I was also thinking, I wonder if, like, if he's not already working for Morrow, I wonder if this is how he gets involved. Mm-hmm. Like, that's a possibility where he could, like, all of a sudden meet there and, like, maybe this was a turning point of him getting... It's a possibility.
Oh, you're not wrong.
And he's like, okay, well, maybe I'll switch sides for, like, my own benefit or something.
I gotcha.
Also, was Alistair in part 1? Also, where's Grace from part 1?
Alistair.
Is she a trainee? I feel like in part 1, I remember hearing about an Alistair.
I don't remember an Alistair in part 1. I remember Grace. I don't remember maybe she was a
Was she a
trainee.
trainee? Because remember, she was like, I worked with you at the hospital, but I don't, like, remember. She hasn't gotten brought up again, so I'm just, unless she was a healer.
No, because the only name I recognized, I feel like, was Elaine.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, that was just a question I had.
So then they're walking through this prison.
Oh.
Do you have more before that?
Are we on chapter 50 yet?
Yeah,
or no?
we're on chapter 50.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, did we finish 40? Did we not finish 49?
We just finished 49.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
chapter 50. Yes.
So they get to the prison and they're like walking through it, and they like get to this cell. And there's a person in the back, and they like shine a light, and they're like, Luke. And then this old prisoner guy comes up.
This guy kind of cracks me up. He's horrible.
He is. He's like begging to be saved, and they're like, we don't have enough supplies to take you. Like, we can't. And he goes, blonde boy.
I know, he doesn't speak the language, so he's just basically talking in one words.
And so he knows where Luke is, essentially. And so they get him out, and he starts leading them down creepy-ass hallways.
Yeah, and I don't know. So this whole mission, honestly, like, now that we're getting more from Soren and learning about, like, kind of Lila, I'm starting to kind of care about Soren a little bit. And, like, just in the beginning, I'm like, okay, we kind of, like, just, like, getting to know him. Like,
100%.
before, I feel like it was easy.
Sus of Soren for a long time.
It was easy for me to be, like, put Luke, Lila, Soren, whoever else in the Resistance, kind of, like, in this box. Like, we know of them. We don't know. We haven't had any, like,
they're not
scenes with them.
Yeah, they're not important yet.
So now we're, like, starting to kind of get to know him. And so I'm kind of like, okay, I'm feeling a little bit nervous about what's going to happen.
Not great, considering he offered his body as a Neanderthal, but we're gonna move on.
So then they acquired the Wagner prisoner, and I also, this is where I got annoyed again, because I'm like, Crowther, if you would have just fucking informed your people about what you are looking for, they would have known. Like, Helena was the only one that knew that this was a person of importance, that Crowther has been torturing people to get information on. You know what I mean? Like, why is that not getting shared to the people that are out on the field?
I know.
Just seems dumb.
Yeah, because they're like, we're gonna leave him, and we're like, Helena's kind of like,
well, I think he, like, is important based on all the people I've been healing.
I think we need him.
Yeah.
But nobody ever believes Helena when she says shit.
No. So that was super annoying. Again, like, all this, like, secrecy and miscommunication. Like,
yes.
Oh, so dumb. And then they encounter Atreus Farron.
And he's a lich. And also, at this point, like, obviously we know he's alive. Farron thinks he's dead. Bastard. And he's in a huge body.
I was going to say he's in a different lich body.
And we also found out that he's the one who killed Thaddeus. That stuck the axe through Thaddeus's head.
And also, like, right here, I was also just wondering, like, it just really clicked for me, like you said, like, connecting the dots to him, like, how the fuck, he's in this body, how does he end up in Crowther's body?
I know.
And then...
Oh, do you think that he gets demoted into a lesser body because he let Luke get away? You know how Morrow demotes? And is Crowther's body technically a demotion?
Yeah.
From this huge hulking
Then I also wonder if it was, like, extra torture for Cain. Like, having Crowther.
Stop!
I'm just saying! Anyways.
This book is so dark!
So then, what really freaked me out, I could not stop fixating on it, like, Atreus is like this. And then he's, like, fighting them. And I'm like, why the fuck did he just knock on, like, the wall 3 times?
Like, obviously I knew he was guarding something, but damn.
So then we walk in, and Luke is strapped down on a table with blackened organs.
His chest is wide open. He's got tubes, like, shoved down his mouth.
And all of these, like, people in white coats, like, are, like...
Yeah, and they're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, they got through...
It's so, like... I don't know. It seems very, like, black market. I don't know.
Organ trading.
I don't know. Like, it's like they're trying to escape, and there's like this big fight happening.
Also, like, what are they doing to him?
I don't know. And like that scene just played out, and it was
Damn,
so
do we
freaky.
think that's why he needs the opium? It has to be.
I think that was before this.
No, we have not gotten that scene yet.
I know, but I thought that she referenced it about that, but maybe not. I don't know.
So they get.
They like she like temp fixes
Yeah.
them with basically like a shitload of drugs.
Yeah, she gives him a shitload of drugs, gets him essentially kind of closed up, and like they start running, and Soren's just killing everybody.
And this whole time, her ring is frying.
Yes, her ring is like freaking the fuck out, which
over and
Shishio
over
probably
and
went
over again.
there, and Kane's like, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm.
This was so intense.
I
Okay,
was so
do you want to know what it
stressed.
made me think of?
This whole chapter made me so stressed.
You know you've seen the Hunger Games.
Yes.
You know when they're down in like the sewers when they're running away from the Capitol and those creatures are chasing after them?
Yes.
This is like I was picturing that setting.
Yeah. It was so, oh man, it was just tough.
Yeah.
And then, so then Purnell is losing it. Like, she's starting to go like, Mummy, Mummy, Mummy.
She British.
It's spelled M-U-M-M-Y.
Also, they're going back to the ring burning. Do we think that this is one of the reasons why Farron is so pissed about Luke? Like, Helena is willing to put everything on the line. Yes, to go do this for him.
Mm-hmm.
Just for him to treat her like shit. But yeah, Purnell's freaking out.
Mommy! In a childlike voice. I put, no. Period. Capital, no. ...
Just useless. And then
And then I was like, well, maybe she's not a spy.
Blackthorn pops up.
Wait. Oh, yeah. He pops up. And, okay, so I was confused here because they were talking about, like, all these mortal aspirants. So are they, like, wannabe Undying, basically?
I think so. I think it's
they're
like
not-
mortal aspirations. Like, they're mortal right now and they're aspiring to be undead. Was
Yeah,
kind
like-
of like my thought
Because
process
they
with the
kind
name.
of said something like Blackthorn was like, if you like can kill them,
If you
can
can
prove
get,
yourself.
Yes, you'll prove yourself and get the touch of the undying.
Because
they
hadn't talked about that before, really, or
No.
had a name for it.
They haven't used that name before, but I think it's just soldiers on that side, like guild members that haven't been changed yet.
Yeah. So then, yeah.
And then someone's on top of her in the water.
Yeah, we have this fight scene.
Yes.
And I'm actually so proud of her because she, like, did hold her own for a minute.
Yes, she did. And she's like fucking fighting underwater and she gets out and my next note is, what the fuck, Purnell? Like, she's just...
I know. I'm like, what's happening? I literally put so stressed right now. So stressed reading this chapter. Like, oh my gosh. I said the team is falling apart. Like, everything is going wrong. Purnell drowns. Wagner is
so
like...
Purnell is not the Lich. I quite literally read this chapter. What is wrong with me?
Well, I didn't know if you thought that maybe...
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
know.
dumb.
I'm trying to be here as a supportive friend, but I'm like, yeah, no, not for me. Anyways, so then Wagner is like every man for himself. Like, he like kicks Purnell out, like, and is like,
Yeah.
here, Necrothals, don't be a hero. Like, oh my gosh. And then Soren dies.
Oh.
When he says 2 souls is still a bargain.
Yeah, and like Luke is like, save him, save him, save him. And like she's like trying so hard.
And she just
And then
felt
his
it.
eyes like, yeah, the rush like goes through her, but then he like wakes up and she's like, oh my god. And he's a Necrothal.
I thought he was miraculously waking up.
I did too, and I was so devastated.
Same.
Because I'm finally starting to care about him. And
Okay,
like,
so you felt the same way.
Yes.
Like, all of a sudden I was really
and also
starting
we
to
talked
care
so
about...
much shit about him.
I mean, not really. He was saying...
We thought he was bad.
I mean, it was just a theory. I guess I didn't really have, like, anything... I didn't really feel like he was evil. I just was like, I don't like the hair comment, and, like...
And then...
I'm not sure about him.
And then Luke looks at him, and he's, like, almost, like, amazed for a second. And then he realizes, like, immediately that he's a Necrothal. And part of me was like...
How the fuck did he realize
Is he
that?
a Vivimancer?
I don't know.
Part of me is wondering if he's a Vivimancer. Because why would he know that? They don't talk about Necrothals being, like, you can tell,
My
right?
only other thought is, like, later in this, whatever, Sebastian was talking about how he's like, that was, like, a fatal blow. Like, you'd think that, like, Luke, with being out on the battlefield as much as he says he is and, like, is and whatever,
Yeah.
like, he would know that, like, he wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
But then he was begging her, like,
And
to
do you
work a
think-
miracle.
Do you think it's like a, yes, he's seen war and bloodshed, but, like, this is, like, his best friend? And he's in love with Lydia, not Lila. Why do I always say Lydia? He's in love with Lila, and this is Lila's, like, extension. There's just a lot of connection
And
there.
sometimes I think you just know. Like,
I think you know too, but
I
I
think
don't
if you
think
came in here and you were a zombie, I'd be like, whoa, man.
you looked better.
Something's not up right. You know what I mean? So I guess I don't know. But I do think it was interesting.
I thought, and like they made, like I feel like they made a big deal of him being like he immediately knew. But then she starts using Soren, obviously, and Soren agreed to this, which is so much harder. And he's just being
the voice memo. She should have took some
to
time.
shreds.
Oh God. And the scene was so confusing. Like when she necromanced him, like him like having both points of
Yeah,
view.
she can see both,
And like how she cut off his emotions and like feeling of pain, but then she was still feeling like it was just wild.
It was insane.
Yeah, and Luke knows instantly, and it was interesting to me that Cain trained her for like this exact scenario. Like he just knew that it would come eventually, and I just think that like he knows that the eternal flame just underestimates moral. Like
100%.
they just are like literally have their head in the clouds thinking like soul will save us, which is like fine to have faith and like all these things, but it's also like you guys, like, you're in the middle of a war.
Open your eyes.
Yes, like you're in the middle of the war. Like
God,
Cain is the only one that's like so. I don't know.
And like just and then I wrote Blackthorn is so scary, and she gets stabbed, and he picks her up, and then he sticks his fingers in her wound.
And then he's like talking like it's like a sexual thing for him.
I know. Ew, 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 ew.
He's like, I like it tight like that, or whatever it was, and it was horrible.
My ears.
It was literally horrible.
I can't.
That was hard to read. And then, so she's like, Soren is still fighting and basically like saving everyone. And he's like slowly getting like just
ripped to shreds.
And it just was so sad to see him go like that because he won't get like a proper send off. Like all I was thinking about is like, they won't
burn him. They can't burn his ashes.
They can't burn him, and like, they can't even like he doesn't even get like a piece. Like no, Lila's not gonna be Rhea's not gonna be able to say goodbye. Like,
it's horrible. And him just getting like dragged down the river with all these Necrothals.
And I was also panicking here when I'm like, when he was getting dragged down the window, I'm like, Luke and Lila are gonna be so mad at her. Like, I just knew that this was gonna be so bad.
Because she used necromancy, and that's like number one on their shit list. And she used necromancy on Soren.
Yeah. So then, Cain comes to her rescue.
Someone in black armor. His face is covered in shit, but we know.
He's got a helmet. This scene reminded me of like an Avengers scene, like a badass hero scene when he's like, oh God, he's like basically decimating the whole room, like as he's like walking and beelining for her. He's like walking through the water.
Which is so hot.
He's like so hot. I was like, go from bawling to he's like this guy.
Fanning myself with my notebook.
When he sends out these like bullets with his hand, kills a bunch of people, and then on the way back to his hand, he like summons them back and then kills more people on the way back, and I'm like, oh,
I needed to put both feet on the ground to make myself touch grass in this scene.
And then he keeps telling her to shut up. I'm like,
Yeah.
give me more.
Oh,
And then he fixes her.
he does.
Yeah, that scene was just so cool, though.
It was so good.
I loved it.
Also, like, how did he know that that's where she was?
I don't know. Maybe he's got eyeballs somewhere.
Does love an eyeball.
So then he's like fixing her. He's panicked and kind of he's trying to be gentle or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And his healing hands comment from part 1 being hard makes sense now. Because he was saying like, oh, how hard like that was the worst part. And then remember when she like got injured her hand or whatever, and he's like, oh, you would injure like the worst the part that's the most hardest to heal or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I just love that like more connections.
Oh, just I understand why people read the first part back after this part.
Same. Especially, yeah, like we talked about.
If
like,
I
it's
have
200
enough
pages.
listening hours, I will be listening to the first half
I think so
again.
too, because I feel like you'd pick up so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he was, she said you could be a healer, and she says that to him again in another part 1 echo.
Yep.
And I was also thinking she's got like a mega high pain tolerance.
Yeah, no
like all the
shit
shit that he's healing on her.
It was insane.
Insane.
I don't have anything left for 50.
Okay, well, what I have. He's basically just like kind of apologizing to her or whatever, and he's saying like you're not expendable. You don't get to just push everyone away so that they feel comfortable in using you and letting you die.
I know, which is also like it's not Helena's fault for the way that she's treated, but like you said, like and you've mentioned like you don't think that she has a backbone, which I agree in a certain sense, but again, it's just like putting her feelings first for once, and I don't feel like she ever gets that.
Yeah, and he's like, you're not replaceable. You're not required to make your death convenient. Like, all of these things.
Yeah, Kane telling her it's about her. Like, she is important, and he needs her.
Yeah, and he said, like, I'm here to keep you alive, to keep you safe. That was the deal. And then he's like, he searched her face. They didn't tell you.
I know.
I was like, what?
I was like, who didn't tell her what?
I was so confused.
I know, I do have that noted. I put that in the wrong chapter.
I put, wait, what? Getting whiplash, and then they kiss. Now kiss.
No.
I literally am, though, I'm like, okay, now we're just like, all good? What's happening?
Now we're back in the hospital.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you take off on this one.
All of Luke's organs are poisoned. And when he gets to the room, when she gets to his room, he starts, like, reaching for her. And he's like, help.
Oh.
And then Helena's having, like, dreams. But it's just Soren's memories. Like, her looking through Soren's eyes while he's getting ripped to shreds.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, back to the start. So, she's like, they're kissing or whatever, and she's like, I don't feel like I deserve this, but I'm gonna take this for me. And I was like, yeah, you do deserve this kiss. Get it. So I was very happy about that. And then, yeah, so then Luke, like, turns on her in the hospital. I felt like that was a tad fucking dramatic, but I also kind of get it, like...
I think that it was, like, because, who is it? Is it Elaine comes running, and she's like, I don't know what's going on, he's freaking out, and then he goes in there, and he's like, hell, and then they, like, take each other's hands, and he's like, I can't believe you, basically. Like, you used necromancy.
And he, like, throws her against the wall.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And then Lydia comes in. Lila, what the hell? Lila comes in, and she, like, drapes herself on top of him, and Helena makes him, like, a mental note of being like, it's obvious to tell that, like, they're in love. And she just leaves.
I don't know. I just thought Luke's reaction was like, I get that he's like in the hospital in the state and whatever, and that's fine. But again, it just kind of brings me back to like, you supposedly see battle and see all these things, and like,
I think it's the necromancy. I don't think it's the battle. I think it's the fact that she used the thing that is so unholy to them on someone who was so important. I think he would have been mad if she used it on Purnell. I don't think it has anything to do with the gore and the battle. I think it has to do with what she
well,
did.
I'm just saying, like, just use it, like, you guys wouldn't have fucking got out, is what I'm saying. Like,
Oh,
more
yeah.
like the strategy of, like, there was nothing else to, like, be done. Like, well, you would rather have died, like,
Yeah.
and I think that is the point, like, he would have.
I also think that he's a big picture kind of person. He's not looking at one action that made, like, they wouldn't have lived if she didn't use Soren. He's like, okay, well, we already got out, so I'm going to be mad at her for using Soren.
Well, and that's the other thing, too, is when I feel like he's being dumb. Like, he, like, is supposedly this principate. He should be able to, like, grow up and, like, at least hear her out and, like, take in the whole thing. Like, and realize that she saved lives by, like...
And also, if he just had one singular conversation with her, he'd know it was an accident. She didn't do this on purpose.
Well, and, like, they had a conversation about it before. Like, that's what he wanted, and...
But even, like, excluding that, if he would talk to Helena and be like, why did you do that? She could literally be like, I was healing him or trying to heal him, and it was an accident.
And she never lies. Like, she's not going to lie to him. So, that gets me frustrated with him.
Yeah.
And then Lila coming in and, like, saving the day. That scene just, I'm like...
It grossed me out.
I was like, this just makes me, like, feel sick. Not because, I don't know, I just feel like because Helena gets, like, the shaft.
She does, every
Not
time.
even, like, I get that they're in love and that's fine.
Yeah.
But it just felt like...
It just felt like we're excluding Helena again when she went through just as much trauma because Soren was just as important to her.
It made me just, like, irrationally crabby for Helena.
Well, again, because nobody cares about her. Nobody cares how she is feeling. Nobody cares about how her doing that to Soren has now affected her.
And, like, Lila, just the way she came in, I don't
like,
know, it just...
hobbling in and being carried.
It just pissed me off. And then fucking Elaine as well, in this scene, like, she's the only one allowed in there after that. And I'm just like, you all get... Just give me, like, the heaves. Whatever.
It was very, like, and more of just... It felt like we were in such the middle of, like, such an important conversation for Luke and Helena, and it just getting interrupted by Lila hobbling in and being like, hello. Oh, ugh.
I know. Okay, I'm glad you felt the same way, because I'm like, well,
there's important things going on, and you're telling me, like, and I don't know if Lila knows that Soren is dead yet. But I'm like, there are so many things going on right now, but, like, you making sure that your boobs are in his face are the most important. Like, damn!
Well, just, like, the way they described it, too, of, like, her floating in with the long blonde hair. I just was like, ew. And then Elaine, after this, just piling it on. Not here for it. And then Iva, to top off the cherry... to, like, chat about laying low for, like, the story to circulate, and, like, Soul's will was done.
I mean, like, yeah, you're gonna have a note on your record for this.
And then fucking...
They saved Luke! When they got there, he was cut open, his organs were black. You're gonna have a note in your file. You're gonna have a fucking write-up, bitch.
That's what I mean about, like, the battle thing. Like, we're in the middle of war. And you guys are so fucking, like, concerned about these, like, made up lines.
I quite literally, like, I'm imagining, I work in HR. I'm imagining me covered in blood, sitting somewhere typing at my desk. Helena Moreno. Date. Infraction. Saving our principate without permission. Shut the fuck up.
It's just dumb. Like, they're, like, not taking this war very seriously to me. Like, they're trying to play all these mind games that aren't working, and
we
just,
have
like...
time to keep employee records in the middle of war.
It's so stupid. And
Fuck.
then stupid Mateus gets to decide her reprimand. We still haven't figured out what that is. Sounds like a horrible idea.
Why him? Oh, because she's direct.
And he's going to be horrible. So I'm just like really nervous about that.
God, duh.
And basically then, yes, again, so then all these dreams start to happen. She's basically
Yeah.
having like a necromancy hangover.
Yeah, it's kind of like Soren is her sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah, she's tweaking. Like,
Yeah.
Like, talking about pulling out her eye socket. Like, I'm pretty sure she's scratching, like, the
Yeah.
shit out of
Yep,
herself.
She's losing her.
She's losing her. Again, goes to seek out Kane, and she's just, like, delirious.
Well, she's like, Kane's the only person that's gonna know this, and then she almost stabs herself. And then she's like wandering, and Kane finds her.
Well, because she, like, goes to the door, and then she turns around, because she's like, I told him I wouldn't bug him unless it was necessary. I'm like, bitch, it seems necessary.
You just stab yourself. Then he appears with a winged dog.
I was like, what the?
I literally wrote, I said, winged dog? What the hell?
I'm loving it.
I'm picturing, have you seen Coco?
Yes.
Hairless dog?
Hey, you know what? That actually makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so then I put hee giant winged dog. I just loved it. I'm like, oh yeah. Love like the knight in shining armor
It's
scene.
so good.
I just eat it up.
It's so good.
Cause she's not helpless, but she's like a little physically helpless.
Right now, yes.
So,
And he
love
just kind
that.
of is like explaining to her, like, on top of it being hard because you've never done this before, like, you knew him, which makes it even harder. And I was kind of wondering, I'm like, I don't know where I wrote this down, but do you think that that's why Farron doesn't make a lot of new Necrothals? Because of how taxing the process is and how, like, you can feel what they feel?
Maybe.
Because you know at the front of the book, Aurelia always like, he lets my Necrothal stink.
She's so stupid. I forgot her. She rivals Elaine at
Seriously,
this point.
I'm like thinking about that now after reading all these horrible things. He lets my Necrothal stink. Shut up. Shut up.
Oh man, yeah. So he like flies her up to this balcony in the
And I'm
mountains.
picturing the smallest dog possible. I'm picturing such a small dog.
What?
I don't know.
You're wrecking it for me.
I'm like quite literally picturing a house dog, a medium-sized house dog, like a golden retriever, and they're both on him.
I'm picturing like a badass wolf, like a giant wolf dog. What is wrong with you?
The dog's like flapping really hard.
Really? It's like the fat little dragons on How to Train Your Dragons
a
when they
pug.
fly. It says it's like so tall that he has to like throw her up on it. It's like
I
a horse
understand
dog.
what the description is.
Your brain was like, no.
Not as fun. Pug with
Pug.
wings. 2 people on top of it. Anyways.
So he's flying her up to this mountain, which is super cool. He has like this house up there.
I was picturing this very, like, pretty, loving.
Yeah, same. And he's like, you don't have to be alone. Like, they have this heartfelt conversation. It's all whatever. And again, like, he kind of tells her that basically she put part of herself into Soren when she did that. And she said, like, it will leave a scar. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? Like, what kind of scar? Obviously, an internal.
Well, and it just, like, makes me think about how much she blocked him out in the
Yes.
first part.
And that's what I was wondering,
Being like,
too.
why can't I remember? There was a third. Like, it's probably just too much.
Yeah, like just that maybe that was the scar. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know. And then he says something similar happened to him a long time ago, and then just leaves it at that. I'm like, well, what's the story there, sir?
Yeah, and like part of me was wondering if maybe he tried to like make his mom a Necrothal, like to see if there was, like, you know, like desperate.
Mm-hmm. So I wonder if we'll get more information on that.
I would assume we're probably going to, but also like, do I really want to know?
No,
I'm already
probably
so heartbroken.
It's gonna horrify us.
This is why
even
my
more.
mind thinks of a flying pug. Because I need
like,
some.
Whoa, we're in overdrive here, people.
I need relief.
Back it up. And then he like basically apologizes for the first time.
Yes, that they
And-
had sex.
Yes, and they have a way better round 2.
Yeah, and
I'm so happy
Farron's-
for her win.
And like Farron is just like, I know this means like this is also really sad. I know this means nothing for you, but like I want you to use me. And then the first thing he does is take out her hairpins.
I love it. The standards are low, but still.
I don't feel like that's low. It's something that like everybody in her entire like life is making her feel guilty about because it's out of place, and he just loves it. Like he loves her genuinely for who she is, and it's just
I'm just so happy for her, and she, gets to, have a good time.
Then they're like having sex, and he's like trying to get her to finish, and she's like, no. No, like I don't get to do this.
Yeah.
When I took my vows, like this is something that I'm not gonna do, and her being like, I can't stop thinking that I'm a whore.
Mm-hmm. I know.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm. They like brainwashed the shit out of her.
Oh my gosh, because they did this to her when she was 16.
Mm-hmm. Well,
That's when the war started.
wasn't it like, was she even younger than that though? Like when
When she
like
chose to
did
be
her vows or whatever?
I think no, because she chose to do her vows when the war started.
Okay.
So at 16, so they like told her all of this horrible things, and Farron's like, you deserve this, like you get to have this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. And they kind of have like some sweet conversation.
Yes.
And he's talking about like how her eyes are her best feature. And then she actually says like, I did think my eyes were my best feature. And he's like, yeah, one of them. And that's how the chapter ends. And it's so sweet.
And then her saying that like she learned to read his eyes first too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck.
They're just like so meant to be. There's just like such a nice like understanding there.
So much connection and sadness.
Mm-hmm.
And they both just deserve like just a slice of something good at the bare minimum. Wreck me.
Chapter 52, they wake up entangled.
Yes.
And with Cain in his nice house, in his nice bed. So that's nice.
You couldn't drag me out of that bitch.
I know. It sounded, they're describing the sheets and everything.
Soft.
It was very
I
nice.
just was picturing like feathery and crispy white.
Same. I
And
was too.
looking
Very
out,
like,
like, this-
open, airy, like.
Yes, looking out at this gorgeous view, feeling really sexy and naked in the bed.
Like, and then, yes, at the end, she wants to go back to her fucking dorm thing
Ugh.
that she shares with idiot
Dirty Lydia.
pants. Yeah. She is. I'm like, again, why are you...
At the start of this chapter, they're like talking, and Farron goes, I know it didn't mean anything.
But then her face gives her away.
Yeah.
And, then
And then-
he claims her.
And then he gets very possessive very fast. And I don't know about you, when she was trying to leave, and he grabbed her by the ankle and
Yeah, it was like it was like the Avengers scene. And then his dog came in.
yeah, it's a bug that's going.
Wrecks the moment.
But then her being like, "Can I at least get dressed?" And he goes, "No."
I know, I like him. He's like very, you're mine, and like, whatever.
And then it's just like so funny. She's like, "How are we here?" And he goes, "I brought you here." And she goes, "Don't you have meetings or crimes to commit?"
Yeah, I know, which is so fair. And he
Like,
even gets time off. Like, she doesn't even have time
I
off.
know, it just cracked me up because I'm like, you're not wrong. Like, I don't think that she was trying to joke. I think she was being serious.
I was also kind of wondering.
Yeah, and he's
'Cause
like,
we've only
"It's
had
the weekend."
we've only had these like dark scenes.
I know.
And now I'm
I
like,
know.
so you have spare time to just pop on the TV and
Pet your
take a
dog?
load off, like.
What is going on?
Yeah, we had a big switch. And then she asked, she's like, why don't you have like a fancy estate or whatever? And he's like, basically that's where his mom was tortured and whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that room with the cage was
Oh,
where she was
shit.
tortured.
Yeah, I would think so.
But then what's with the array on the floor?
Well, if they were experimenting on her,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I'm guessing we might because I'm guessing part 3 is jumping back to part 1. Is my thought process, but I don't know. And then we kind of learned that he actually learned to train his chimera, obviously.
Yes. And that she was made very poorly. So he took all of his healing stuff that he learned from her and continuously heals her, which is so cool.
And also, like, so sweet, his little healed pug.
And you know what's the worst? Is like, when they were first talking about the chimera, like, there was so much bad shit happening. I didn't even register, like, add animal cruelty to the list. Like,
Yep.
It's so sad.
And him saying that, like, she has to be part dog.
Mm-hmm.
Because she listens so well.
Mm-hmm. Just, yeah.
And, like, I think that's the other reason why I had to picture something wholesome, because this is just an animal, like, brutally taken apart and put back together. So I need it to be something.
They just don't even care. It's sad.
Then the last note that I have, do you have a lot of extra stuff?
A couple things. She basically brings up Atreus.
Okay.
And told him about that, and he was surprised by that, like him being alive.
Yeah.
So I was like, I thought he knew that.
I don't think he knew that his dad was alive.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's like, I thought that he would at least come back and fight for my mom. And I think that that's a big reason why he ain't thrilled when he's around after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then she tells him about the Holy Relic incident. Because he's like, why am I alive, by the way?
Now that we're, here and naked together, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. And, like, they find out that basically Bennett's been doing the same experiment on like,
others.
a ton of people, and they all are dying. So I'm like, well, that's horrible.
Yeah, not great. Bennett's gross.
Mm-hmm.
I, again, would love some more perspective on him.
Yeah. Then, on 672, she, like, puts him in his place.
Yeah. Yep.
As she should. I was here for it. What do you have?
My last little note is just, like, him kind of coming to a realization of being like, I found myself falling for the trap that I set.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like we're finally getting some, like, openness from him, and it's really nice, and I'm enjoying learning more about his character, as well as how it's, like, affecting Helena.
Mm-hmm.
Very curious in these next chapters to see what it's like when she goes back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking forward.
And we got more of like an explanation from him word for word, like saying like, I thought if I was just cruel enough, like you'd give up, that you have a limit, and once you found it, you'd stop. But you kept finding ways to emotionally blindside me.
Yeah.
And so it's like nice that it's like, okay, we're all out in the air now.
Do you know what that's giving? Kingfisher.
Yeah.
In the first one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and he's trying to, like, desperately get her to stay at the end.
Yeah.
And
like,
I'm like, still, why are you going
just,
back?
like, so funny. Take a bath. Eat something.
I know.
Like, it's just so cute. And, like, I know that she's, like, very worried because they're, like, notorious for being possessive.
Mm-hmm.
The Farrens are. And he's like, just stay.
Mm-hmm.
Just have, like, a quick bite.
Yeah, and then he's like, don't worry, I'm always going to come back or to you or whatever. And, I don't know. I'm like, why are you going back? Like, what are you doing?
She still feels loyal to them. It's
just so frustrating. So, like I said, I'm very curious, like,
yes.
where we're going with this. Like, again, I think we have 4 months until, I'm just very curious, like.
A lot of shit has to go down.
Yes.
Like, a lot.
A lot. And I don't know. I don't know. I guess I don't even really have any real predictions. Because, like, we kind of know.
I don't have a prediction, but I have a hope.
We know how it, like, ends,
True.
sort of, like, to this point.
I hope that, Falcon gets killed in, like, a really horrific, disgusting way.
I still want to know what they're doing with Luke's body.
I think it has something to do with his organs now. I think that they did something to him there. I'm very curious to see. Part of me is wondering if maybe he's on their... part of me is wondering if he's Luke in a different sense. Like, do you think that they did a sort of array on him? This goes back, obviously. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't think it's going to be good.
I'm very, very curious on how this all gets wrapped up. I'm loving it. So.
I am also loving it. I'm not ready to be done. Like, we probably have 2 more episodes on this.
Yeah, I would say 2. Because
Yeah.
we're almost at, like... Yeah, I would say exactly 2.
2?
Yeah, so...
Yeah, we'll probably read about another 150 this
Alright,
next
should
week.
we do our game?
We shall. I think it's your turn.
I'll pull anyway. We got a new bunch.
Yeah, we do.
Listeners sent stuff in. This is... Oh. I'm like, this is blank. We psyched ourselves out. Okay. This was sent in by a listener. Book versus movie.
I think it depends. So, my favorite series that I feel like was done the best, Hunger Games.
I agree.
I think I watched the first movie as a child, obviously, and then I read the series after that. And the only reason that I didn't like that was because I couldn't make up my own characters. I'm always a book first, if it's a book that I have an interest in reading. I read, what's the Colleen Hoover book?
This Is Us.
It starts with us.
Or it's... Oh.
Or It Ends With Us?
It Ends With Us.
It Ends With Us. I read the book. I literally watched 5 minutes of the movie and I said, I hated the book. Why am I doing this? I'm not watching this dumb movie.
I think that the book is always better, but I don't think it's even fair to even really compare. I feel like people are always like, the book was so much better. Well, obviously, the book is 800,000 pages.
And the movie can only be 2 hours.
Yes, like, think about it this way. Like, how long is this to listen to? 20-some hours?
30.
Yeah, like... You're getting all of it, like, obviously you're missing a lot of details. So I feel like you have to have the correct expectations.
I feel like Harry Potter did a really good job. So I, like, grew up watching all of the Harry Potters. And I didn't listen to the Harry Potters until I was, like, an adult. And they're so good. But, like, the movies just don't even, like, scratch doing justice on them.
I mean, I read all the Twilights, and I still eat up that stupid-ass
100%.
movie.
Like, I'm not saying that the movies aren't good. It's just, it's hard to compare the two.
Exactly.
And I think
that's what I was trying to say,
the way that movies are going to turn out the best, or TV shows, if books get turned into TV shows, is if the author is helping write the script.
Yeah,
That's when it's...
And you're a big fan of HBO.
I love HBO. I want HBO to pick up not Game of Thrones, Throne of Glass.
Yeah.
So bad. Please, Sarah J. Maas. Please, HBO.
It would be good.
Please.
And, like, that's the thing, is, like, that's, like, a favorite series.
Yes.
You know that, like, the show may not be exactly how you picture it or whatever, but I feel like I'll still want to eat up watching a
100%.
movie form of it.
Because, so Hulu picked up ACOTAR. And this was right before COVID or during COVID. And I was like, no. I think it got canceled.
I think so too.
HBO
I
picked
think
that
there's
script
been
up.
a lot of like,
Yes.
we picked it up and then canceled it and whatever. So that's my take. I
Yeah.
think that I'll still always like want it to be a movie because I think it's fun.
I agree. And I love seeing like actors that they cast for it. And if I agree on it, like someone was like, Jacob Elordi should play Rhysand.
No. Absolutely
Rhysand is not white.
Absolutely not. No.
Rhysand is not white.
I cannot think of like the actors' names, but I've seen a lot of like
Cassian?
perfect
Okay.
Rhysand's out there
100%.
that are not fucking him.
Jason Momoa is probably a little, like, getting just a touch too old to play Cassian, but he would be such a good Cassian.
Yeah, you would. So I'm still gonna, like, I'm gonna eat it up, but I also, like, have my expectations set. Like,
Set to a standard.
I think that when people, like, sometimes book people can be so upset. I'm like, okay, well, it's a movie.
What did you expect? Like, I understand how they broke up, like, Breaking Dawn into 2 parts. Granted, the ending of that movie was nowhere near what the book.
So dumb.
But, like, I would be okay with them breaking books up like that if we got a more in-depth movie.
Yeah.
Like if each book was 2 movies, I'd be fine with it. But people don't want to wait for that because they usually have like a year release, which that is annoying. 6 months, come on.
It's like what they did to us with Bridgerton.
I don't watch Bridgerton.
Cassie and I were just she read the books and we were talking about the like watching the show. I haven't read the books, but she had some very interesting takes on the whole book versus movie thing. So yeah, it was good. I might have to read the books to get. But now I've watched the show.
I've only watched the first season, so
yeah, I don't know. So anyways,
yeah.
thank you for watching today.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all of our support so far. And we will see you next week.
Yeah.
And then we'll be wrapping this book up in no time.
Gosh, I'm not ready. Follow, like, subscribe.